Today we're taking another look at Quince. This is one of my stealth favorite brands because it's all real. I'm talking cotton, linen, cashmere, silk. If you love quiet luxury, a neutral palette, and looking like you own land, this brand might be for you. She has got some major potential, but also quite a few things to say quietly. And I really wanted to see what they have for fall. I'm bringing in quite a few pieces of clothing. I've got a few accessories, a few handbags, and I wish I had some shoes, but I wear a size 12 and that's just not always possible. So if you've ever scrolled through Quince's website and thought, wow, this brand is giving cozy chic, minimal luxury, and cashmere girl autumn, same. But then if you've also used the size filter and thought, this plus size section is roughly the size of a postage stamp, also same. So okay, Quince, I see the cashmere sweaters, I see the washable silk, the neutral dreams are here. But are we included in this fantasy or just watching through the glass like it's a fashion aquarium? Legit question. But here's the thing, they do offer plus sizing up to a 3X. And I found a few heavy hitters that are definitely giving capsule wardrobe, transitional queen. I look expensive, but I definitely still use coupons. I'm gonna be styling these for fall because I've had a lot of people say that they're ready for fall clothes, but just realize that we're still hanging out here in the 90s in Texas. So whenever I walk out of the house, the long sleeves are coming off. Now I haven't tried most of this on, so you're gonna be getting real-time reactions. If you're looking for a plus size fall fashion that's a little bit more elevated, but still wearable, and sometimes even machine washable, stick around. Let's try these Quince pieces together. I would love you to tell me what works, what flops, and whether we are adding to our carts or hitting unsubscribe. Please don't hit unsubscribe. If you end up loving anything, I've got links. I'll also be sure and put my measurements down there so you have a good idea. I believe I bought everything in a 2X across the board. Let's see what we got. All right, I am starting out strong here with this cashmere short sleeve top and washable silk bottom. This is a mulberry silk, and y'all, I have 2 of these already. I've got one in a burgundy, one in a navy. Love it. They are ideal for work, and I got 2 more today. This one's in like a little cheetah print, and then my other one is this beautiful champagne. Let's look at them. Okay, this is the kind of fabric that makes you check the tag twice and wonder, did I rob a Neiman Marcus today? Because this feels so incredibly luxurious. There are 2 different ways that I like to wear a sweater with a silk skirt. One is just out, and the other is just barely tucking the end under the waistband. As long as it's not too bulky a sweater, this is not a problem at all. You'll see it kind of covers it up. Tuck it all the way around. You can also just tuck this in the front. It helps if you look in a mirror. I absolutely love the look of this. Now, I am an apple body, and so my waist sits super high. And even if I pull this skirt down throughout the day, it's gonna ride up there. So I just let it do what it is going to do. Like I said, I've got this in I've got this in now 3 other colors. Of all the Quince clothing that I own, this is probably my favorite, most versatile, and then closely followed by that Somerset maxi style, which I've got another one of today. Yeah, I just think that this is absolutely beautiful. Let's look at it in a champagne. Okay, so here with the champagne skirt, I've got it just tucked in the front. I think that this is lovely. We've kind of got a tone on tone thing going. And I'm actually gonna show you, I've got this wool coat that I think would be beautiful. It's gonna add a 3rd layer of beige. Okay, this makes me feel so elegant. Going full beige mom without that whole fear of color part. But I think this is gorgeous. Now look, this one, and it was pictured with the collar up. I could wear it like that for a little while, and then I'd end up having to put it down. I think that it's very pretty. Another cool thing is that this has concealed buttons. So when I button this little lady, you're not gonna see the button. And look at the pockets. These are perhaps, I like it better open. Big fan of pockets generally. These may be the coolest pockets that I have. This wool coat was very, very well styled. I'm in my house, it's about 72 degrees in here, and I'm actually not crazy hot. I think that this will keep you warm, but it might be suitable for a Texas winter, which brings me immense amounts of joy. I got these little earrings. They're very designer inspired. They're the little teardrops, they're gold plated. And I am wearing a hairpiece. It's a halo. I'd actually thought about getting one last year from this holiday market, but the price was outrageous. And so I ended up ordering a couple of them from Amazon. I found one that I really liked, but I didn't wear it. And then I trimmed this one, and I've been wearing it, and I am very comfortable in it. If you'd like more information about that, I think I'll make a video once I wear it a little longer and decide that I definitely recommend it. This is my purse that I literally pair with everything. I mean, probably 70–80% of the time I'm wearing this guy. It is kind of like a knockoff Clearview bag. I'm rough on my bags, and there is basically no wear on it, which I think is fantastic. Quince does have some handbags that look a lot like designer handbags. In fact, I did a video back in December of focusing on that, but what I like about them is there's not a logo. I'm not opposed to a logo. You may see me with a logo occasionally, but oftentimes I'm going with the understatement. Now let's look at dresses. Okay, it's nice to try some linen that I can actually like really breathe and be comfortable in. This has buttons all the way down and the buttons actually open. There's a sash. All of Quince's designs are very, very simplistic. I ended up getting this one in black. I know that it came in navy. It may have also come in one other color, but it's just very light and breezy. Sits below my knee. This is 100% linen, so it's definitely gonna get me through mountain September out here. The arms are large enough. We've got some pockets that have a really good placement. And again, this one goes up to a size 3X. I'm wearing a 2X and it totally works on me. It's cool, comfortable, and incredibly classic. The thing I love most about Quince is probably that their design elements are they're just so easy. This is quiet luxury. And what that means is that basically if I put this on 20 years ago, 20 years from now, or now, it's going to look like it belongs. This dress is beautifully basic in all the right ways. The design is so much like the Somerset Maxi, which is one that I can literally wear anywhere. There is something magical about this design where I never feel underdressed or overdressed. Take me to an Easter brunch, take me to church, take me to the office, take me shopping. I am good at any of these places. Want to go to the rodeo? Just throw on some boots. Walmart, grab your tennies, and we are good. Let me show you a couple of handbags that just kind of change the way it looks. This little Prib number isn't gonna hold a lot more than a checkbook size wallet and your cell phone, but it is beautiful for a night out. If I'm feeling a little more trendy and casual, I've got that quilted style version of like the fanny pack. Now this is cutting it close on size for me. I would still be comfortable in it, but I wish that I had a couple more inches in this strap. But see how casual it's making this dress? And then one of my favorites, this little suede guy. And y'all, I know I told you that I almost always wear the quilted purse, and that is 100% the truth. Like 70% of the time, I am wearing that bag because it is my ride or die. But the other 30%, there's some magic sprinkled in there. Another thing that I have loved from Quince is this watch band. They've got several varieties of it, but the reason that I got this, and it's kind of disgusting, I apologize, is that I was wearing like the rubber one that came with it. I actually had some that I ordered from Etsy that I had some quotes put on, like, "You're stronger than you think." It's like motivational things to read. Well, I was wearing them to the gym, and then throughout the day, they would get a little bit stinky. And so I was like, oh, I've got to have an alternative version for the day. And Quince pulled through for me. Let's look at this with the coat. Yes, ma'am, I think so. I've got the collar down here, and here we go with the collar up. Both of these pieces are classic, timeless, and amazing. Now for this Somerset Maxi style dress, I first discovered this in my Nuuly, which is like my rental service that I use. And basically I've ordered Somerset Maxi in like all the versions. I've gotten it in faux leather and satin, mini skirt, halter top, and I love it all around. Quince makes it in just a few solid colors for plus size, and then they've got a couple of prints, but not many, in their standard size line. I really hope that they open it up. I think depending on demand, they will. The interesting thing is that when I did my very first Quince haul, I talked to my partner there and told her that, oh my gosh, I really, really hope that they make this in plus sizes eventually. And she said, you know, oh, I will let them know. And she must have, because it was not that long before this one came, and I was surely not the only person who suggested it. But I think the company is still small enough to where they are listening. And I love that. Honestly, I don't think that there was a loser in the bunch. And I love it whenever I have a haul like that. If I was being super, super particular, I'd love it if the cashmere top was just a little bit longer, and if there was a version that had a V-neck, but everything was still so like comfy, minimalistic, elevated, minimal effort. They all make me look like a person that has matching storage baskets. Is their plus size selection still a sliver of what it should be? Yes, it is, but I did still manage to find quite a few pieces that makes me feel like a Pinterest mom who roasts her own vegetables. True and true. So if you are looking for a few very high quality staples this fall, things that you can mix, layer, and will not immediately regret because they are gonna fall apart, I feel good about recommending these. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that you loved, if there's anything that you're grabbing, if there's anything that you didn't like at all, and I hope that you have an incredibly cozy and cute fall. Liking, commenting, and subscribing help me out a whole ton, but as always, the best way to support my channel is by doing exactly what you're doing now. Thank you so much. I hope that you have a day as amazing as you are, and I will see you in the next one.
You know the world is beautiful, so beautiful.